My name is Kristen. I'm an instructor here at the Littleton and Lone Tree Ballet Physique Studios. I'm the founder of the company, and I'm also 28 weeks pregnant right now. So I'm bringing you a 20-minute prenatal full body workout that you can do during all stages of your pregnancy. One thing I want to let you know is that your body is not designed to increase its level of fitness during this time. So if you've been doing bar or strength training before your pregnancy and during, you can probably complete most, if not all, of this workout. If you haven't been working out as rigorously before and during, you're going to want to use a lot of modifications and stop and take breaks frequently. If you feel any pain or exhaustion, you'll want to stop, grab some water, take a deep breath, and restart when you can. So listen to your body. It'll always tell you what you need. So we're going to start with just some warming up, stepping side to side. There's a little bit of a cardiovascular component to this. Cardio is excellent for pregnancy. Actually, there's a study out there that shows that women who do moderate cardio activity while pregnant have smarter babies. So we're going to start bringing the arms over the head to elevate the heart rate. Not to mention all these endorphins are great for stress relief. This is a time in our lives where it's really easy to get stressed and anxious. And by the way, the cardio in this is going to be very, very low impact, but the work is intense. So we're going to slightly bring the heart rate up. We've got 8 more of these. It's 8 and 7, 6. Next, moving into squat. So get ready to burn off your booty. Step your feet wide, squat it down for 2, and lift for 2. I can even turn to the side, it's down for 2, and lift. So your feet are a little wider than your shoulders. If your belly gets in the way, just turn the toes out a little bit, opening up the knees into a frog squat, single calf squat, release. Make sure you're really pushing through your heels on the way up. So more than working the thighs, this is really engaging the gluteus maximus and the hamstring muscles. Send the biceps all the way up to the sides of your head. 4 more. Squeeze. 3. And squeeze, keeping the spine long and neutral. Now hold it at the bottom. We're going to pulse. Our hands come into a prayer position. Pulse and pulse. So you're scooping in the low belly. I know it's really difficult to feel. But just think about a corset wrapping around that bump, keeping the navel pulled to the spine. So as much as you can, you're trying to engage your deep transverse abdominals. That's what helps keep the spine healthy and in a straight, neutral line. All right, from here, we're going to alternate jogging our heels. Right and left. Go heel and heel. I'm starting to feel a burn in my thighs for sure. Make sure that weight stays back so that we can capture the glute muscles as well. Heel and heel. Now keep the left heel up. Continue to pulse. We're going to move our arms opposite the front leg as we sweep it out to the side here. Sweep it out and in. This is called a running man. So we're going to get a little cardio component, or isometrically burning out the right leg, double time, out, in. So light touch on the toe. Move your arms as much as you want, maybe advancing it all the way overhead into some punches for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, back to your squat, little pulse. Oh, that was hardcore. We're going to do an interlude of some triplets. So drop down in 3 beats, drop, 2, 3, little up. Keeping the low belly engaged. I naturally have a sway back, so it's really hard for me to maintain. Your thighs are going to work harder if you're using your core muscles and not letting the tailbone stick too far out. All right, let's tread the heels right and left. Go heel and heel. Squeeze, squeeze. If you're comfortable adding a twist, twists are not inherently bad. Eventually, they're just going to get really uncomfortable, but you can add them if you'd like. Across, across for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2. Keep the right heel up. And then move the arms opposite. Get ready for your running man position. Sweep that right leg out and in. It's open and close. So bring all of the weight into your left foot. Make sure you're breathing. Core engaged, your spine is long. And your knee is directly over your second toe. Be sure that you're not coming knock-knee here. So really tighten the muscles of the glutes to stabilize and find proper knee alignment. Speed up the leg. Open, close, open, close. So by now you should be getting a big fiery burn on top of your left thigh. You make the arms bigger or smaller. Last 8, 7, 6, it's 5, 4, this is so tough, 3, 2, and one back to your squat. All right, so we're gonna finish out with a little bit of thigh dancing. 8 more counts here. Sweep the arms over your head. Sit way back. Scoop the low belly in, drop the tailbone. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come right to your knees. Woo! So we have 1 more minute before we stretch. You can take your feet together, your knees apart, or your knees all the way together. Your choice. I'm gonna go together. Hands on the hips. We lift for 2. Lift for 2, and lower for 2. So we're pushing the pelvis into a slight tuck. That means a posterior tilt. Think about your hip bones and your abdominals coming up to talk to your rib cage. Single counts. Lift tuck. Lift tuck. This is really one of the only instances where you're tucking a bit underneath your body. It's not going to harm your posture. Unless you feel any pain in your back, it's okay. But we're only going to be doing it for a brief minute, double time. Tuck and tuck. It's a great isometric way to work the abdominals without having to do a single crunch. Take those arms out, little press and press. 1 press to the front, 1 press to the top, and front and up. Back to that cardio component. Press and press. This workout is no joke. You're burning a lot of calories and fat right here. For 3, and push. 2, push. Hold at the top, we squeeze it down to the finish. Final set of 8. Here it is, you've got this. Last 8, and 7, 6. Stretch is coming in 4. Push through those thighs. 2, 1, and release. Oh. So to stretch, you're gonna go onto one side of your body, grab the top of the foot, bring the heel to the glute and kick. I'm definitely gonna ask my husband to bring me home a Dairy Queen tonight. We've burned off all those calories and more already. And switch. You're at the top of the foot. Pull the heel to the glute and kick. Deep and full breaths. All right, we're ready for our planking work and our outer seat work. We're gonna begin in a forearm plank. I encourage you to start with your knees down. Find the engagement of the lower abdominals, your deep transverse abdominals as well. The ones that wrap around your body like a belt. I know it's hard to feel them now, but just think about your corset being laced up tight and then your abs lifting up a floor like an elevator. If you don't feel any pain in your back or significant pressure coming out of your abs, you can straighten your legs, right? So I'm still able to do this, but I have to say it's getting much harder as the weeks go by. We're gonna shift our weight to the front and to the back. So reaching to your tiptoes and then extending through your heels to stretch the calves. I don't know about you, but I've been getting a lot of calf cramps at night. And one way to remedy those cramps is to keep stretching the calves throughout the day. 3 more here. And 2, remember, you always have the option to drop down your knees. Double time for 8, go press and press. So energy coming out the top of the head, 4, chin off the chest, 3, and 2, and 1, release into your side plank. So I'm gonna take my left arm parallel to my mat. You don't need a mat, but it just makes it more cushiony. Extend the right leg and the right arm lift up. This is your modified side plank. So I'll show this first, and then I'll advance it if you are ready. Thread the needle, take the arm under the waist for 2, and extend for 2. So there's some rotation going on here in the abs. You're working the left side of the rectus abdominis, the obliques, and the QL. That's that muscle that goes above your seat into the side of your back, single counts. As you come down, exhale, tightening that left side of your abdominals, pushing through the left forearm, making sure that your shoulder and your abs work together to support the weight. Hold here, extend the bottom leg. If you can, little pulses, up an inch, down an inch. So same principles apply. The belly button's drawn and you're pulling the abs up like an elevator. And if you feel any pain, anything that just does not feel right on your body, go back to the bottom knee. Triplets, lift, lift, hold. Lift, lift, hold. You have 3 more. And 2, I'm feeling my shoulder. Last one, hold at the top, sweep the right arm out. Make your body into a beautiful big crescent moon. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. From here, you're going to slide all the way down. Glue your feet together. Pull your knees forward on a slight angle, so not terribly close to your arm, but on the edge of the mat here. We're gonna open and close. Open and close. So we're in our baby clam exercise. Strengthening the glutes is so important for lower back health. all the muscles of the body become a little more deep conditioned while we are pregnant. And a lot of exercise specialists consider these outer glutes part of your core because they are so closely connected to your back and to your hip flexors and to the abdominals. Little pulses at the top. Go press and press. So you're feeling the work in the gluteus medius. It's the top edge of your right glute. If you put your hand back there, you should feel that muscle getting nice and firm and sort of like tucked in. 4 more. Press 4 and 3 and 2. Hold on 1. Now I'm going to take my head in my hand. Ultimately, you can do whatever is comfortable. We're going to tap our toes and knees. Little rotations through the hip. Only rotating to the point where your hips can remain firmly stacked with your left hip balancing as if on a thumbtack. Open and close. Last 3. I'm starting to feel it. 2 and 1. Now bring the feet together. Lift the bottom leg up. Begin to pulse. So this is our big daddy clam. I don't know who came up with that name, but that's what we call it at the Ballet Physique. So squeezing the top of the glutes still. It should become more intense here. Make sure the feet are completely together. They can be relaxed, pointed, or flexed. Pulse and pulse. Now open and close halfway to the bottom. Open, squeeze halfway. Open, squeeze halfway. By the way, you're still working your core here. Every single thing we do in the studio is a core exercise, and it does not have to involve a single crunch. So keep that belly pulled in. Every time you breathe, try to engage the muscles underneath that navel a little bit more. Your back is nice and flat as if you're against a wall. Double time, open, close, open, close. 4 more here. It's 4 and 3 and 2. Last one, hold it. Drop the bottom leg again. We're gonna return to the taps, toe and knee. This time a little bit bigger, more sweeping. Like you're drawing a figure 8 with your knee. 4 more. It's 4 and 3. We're on the home stretch. 2 and 1. Parallel your leg and pulse. Now I'm gonna slide back up to my forearm. You are welcome to stay lying flat on your side. We're gonna lift and squeeze. 1 up, 1 in. So I'm trying to pull my thigh onto my tricep, connecting the 2. 4 more. Here's where you're gonna get a lot of bang for your buck. The more you can keep the leg coming forward, just the slice for 8 and 7. The left side of the body should be engaged off of the mat as if you're preparing again for that side plank. Circles in, up, around, circle and circle. Whew. 4, 3, reverse it, then we're in our finale. Finale is the ending, so you've got mere seconds to go. Circling 4, 3, 2, little pulses up. Just lift and lift. Bring your right arm into the air. To modify, move the legs back. To intensify, if your belly's not in the way like mine is, bring that leg more forward, squeeze it down and down. If you can, straighten your leg. Final 8 counts here. Going 8, 7, 6, point your toe, lengthen the leg. 5 and 4, last 3, 2 and 1, release. Whew. It really sneaks up on you there. I've been doing barre for about 8 years, and I'm still reaching full fatigue at the end of each exercise. You're going to take your right leg in front of your left, or feet together, whatever works better for you. Push open on the hip from your inner thigh, and then lean away from the leg to get a beautiful stretch through the outside upper edge of the seat. If you have not been doing barre, like I said, you're gonna take this easy. You're gonna work at a different pace and work up to the more advanced variations. Your focus is on maintenance, not increasing your level of fitness, because you've got something more important going on in there. That's a lot more work. Come on up. And then final stretch on this side. Bring the feet over to the left. Grab your right wrist. Pull your waistline up out of your hips and stretch across. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And we're ready for the other side. So we're gonna hit another forearm plank before going into our side body and glute work. If you wanna mix it up, you can take this into a regular high plank. I find the low plank to be a bit less pressure on the abdominals. And again, it's really easy to modify this by dropping your knees. You can drop them down with full support. You can drop them down lightly or extend them. So you have 3 different levels here. Make sure you're exhaling, squeezing the glutes, and believe it or not, also squeezing the muscles of your thighs. Your legs should feel so solid and rock hard right now. So planks are not just a core exercise. They work every single muscle group in your body. So engage the legs, and your abs won't be as taxed. We're gonna Start swiveling the hips right and left. Make these a little bit smaller to modify. Twisting is not bad, like I said, but at one point it will just get too uncomfortable to do anymore, so it all depends. Up and over, squeezing through your oblique muscles here. The obliques are essential to having great core strength. Core strength to support healthy back, help prevent pain in the SI joints, and to help with a quicker recovery after that baby. Final 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take the right arm parallel to the edge of the mat. Keep the right knee down, extend the left leg in the arm. In our side plank. By the way, this is one of my favorite core exercises of all time. So we're going to take a little reach and thread. Up for 2, and then exhale as the arm comes underneath, working into the right side of the abs, the muscle called the QL, and the obliques. Single counts. Reach and squeeze. Exhale. Inhale. Extend that bottom leg if you can. It's going to be more difficult. It's going to work into your shoulder for sure. But where I'm feeling the most amount of work is here in the side of my body, right? We're not allowing any outward pressure through the abs, keeping this nice and round and smooth. It's not going to be flat like I would normally say to my classes. It's going to be round, but the sensation should be in your side. Hold it up, little pulses, and lift, and squeeze, and squeeze. Let's take those triplets. I'm going to bring my knee down. I need a modification too. Lift, 1, 2, 3, hold. Reach, reach, reach. Give me 3 more. And 2. Can you send your hip 1 inch higher? Last time, hold it. Sweep the left arm up over your head. Stay here for 6 and 5. Push 4. Last 3, 2, and release. Sliding all the way down. You're going to keep your knees at a slight angle. Again, bringing them a little more forward if you feel more work in your glute at that angle. I'm going to have mine on a diagonal. Baby clam, we open and close. Squeezing the top of the left glute. Clam is just a little harder for me to feel. I don't know why. Maybe it's all those years of ballet. My hips are so used to being turned out. I have to really think and visualize my glute muscle contracting. We call this the bikini muscle because when it's toned, you get a little divot in the bottom of your seat on the outside of your hip, the part of the body a bikini will not cover. Hold it open and pulse. You can wear a bikini too. You can have firm, lifted buns, right? Squeeze and squeeze. Little pulses and pulses. Remember, this is a core exercise, so keeping the belly smooth and round, not letting it pooch outwards, right? The back is nice and flat. Starting our knee and toe taps in 5, 4, 3, anchor into your left hand and right hip, toes and knees. So watch my hips here. I'm gonna go all the way back. That actually makes the exercise easier, so you don't wanna do that. Stay supported on top of your right hip. Your rotation might only look like this. Little, that's fine. Go to where you feel it. The work is at the top of the left glutes, towards the outside. You can almost feel that indent forming if you slide your hand down the leg. 4 more here, it's 4. And 3. All right, beginning to burn here. Last one, toes together. Float it up to your big daddy clam. I'm gonna take my head in my hand, and you pulse. Out an inch, in an inch, out an inch, in an inch, squeeze, squeeze. You're still keeping the lower leg on a 45-degree angle. Feet are glued together, flexed, pointed. I kind of like doing the feet flexed, but it's up to you. Squeeze and squeeze. You can put your left hand back on the seat. Feel if it's firming up. There should be a little shake zone developing. Shake and bake. We're gonna open and close halfway. So squeeze. Now make sure that you're paying attention to your alignment as your leg drops. We're not just letting it flounder down. It's very controlled in both directions. Open and close. 3 more, here's 3. And 2, going back to our pulses at the top of the clam. Try to make the diamond shape just a little bit wider here. And press, and press. This is one of the best pregnancy exercises you can do. We're just turning it up a notch with this high amount of repetitions. Press it out, press it out. Go 4, and 3, and 2. Hold on 1, drop that bottom leg. Back to the toes and knees, it's tap, and tap. Rotate external and internal. working with your hips' natural rotation so we do not disturb the alignment of the pelvis, the engagement of the abs and the flat back. 4 and 3, big sweeping figure 8, 2 and 1, hold it here, little pulses up. I'm gonna slide my leg a little forward. Now I did this in class the other day, and inadvertently I got a little frustrated with my little Mr. Baby here, because my belly was getting in the way of my legs. But here, even at this wider angle, you will feel it. 1 lift, 1 squeeze forward. Mr. Baby, I am not mad at you. Mommy's just trying to stay fit so I can run after you. Lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze. A couple more like this. Keeping the leg parallel, that means there's a nice straight line from the hip to the knee to the foot, like you're dusting off a table. Just take it forward now, just front and front. I think this is one of the toughest parts. Try to lay your knee on top of your elbow, squeeze it. 4, 5, 4, 3, we have our circles, I didn't forget. Circle at front, front, and front. Home stretch now, circle, circle, reverse the motion. Are you keeping your leg parallel? Are you breathing? Are your abs engaged? 4, 3, 2, and 1, little pulses up again. All right, I'm gonna pop back up to my forearm for a higher level of intensity. Engage the right side of your abdominals and your QL muscle. Like going into a half of a plank. Extend the left arm in the air. I'm gonna press down for some cardio and calorie burning work. Squeeze it for 10 and 9. I'm straightening my leg. My booty is a fireball. Last 5, 4, press 3, last 2, and 1, release. Come into your stretch. So you're gonna stack your left foot in front of your right. Press down, lean away from the leg. I got this stretch from Joanna, who is now on the other side of the camera. It's one of my favorites for the glutes. Feel the stretch through the outside of your glutes, your waistline. You can lean a little bit further to deepen it or stick with that nice open position. Bringing the feet over to the right side of your mat, lengthening through your left arm, pulling out on the wrist. Exhale. So the hormone relaxin is released in your body during your pregnancy, and it makes your joints and your ligaments and everything just a little bit more prone to overstretching. So be sure that you're stretching with control and not past a normal range of motion. You're not trying to increase your flexibility, again, but maintain it. So we're gonna finish out with a set for our glutes and hamstrings. I'm gonna do this laying on my back. This is entirely a personal choice. Laying on the back is a little bit more risky for you than it is for the baby, right? And so laying on the back for long periods of time is not recommended, but for just a couple minutes, it's usually fine. If you don't feel comfortable, you're gonna do this bridge on your elbows, and you're simply gonna push through your heels and make all the movements in the hips a bit smaller, all right? So that's your modification. I'm going to go all the way down. When you lay on your back, make sure we're not using the abdominals and letting them puff outwards this way. If they start to dome, it'll look like there's a little cone in the middle of your abs. You want to avoid that at all costs and keep it round and smooth. So that's why I roll back by holding onto my legs. All right, I'm going to flex the feet and walk the heels a little bit further out from my mat. So the legs are a bit beyond a 90-degree angle, pressing down into the shoulders and the heels. Start lifting and lowering. This is a really short set, so you should feel okay here. If not, pop back onto your forearms. Little pulse and pulse. So we work the outsides of our glutes, our bikini muscles. Now we're getting our hamstrings. The hamstrings take up such a large percentage of your leg that when they're toned, they are really eye-catching muscles. They'll make your legs look longer. They'll make your seat muscle look perkier, creating an appearance of a ledge at the bottom of the booty. So up into cats. So go up, up, hold, little down. Up, up, hold, little down. You can change this and make it more advanced by taking one leg into the air, right? And then the other leg. But for now, I'm gonna keep both heels grounded. Up, up, hold. 2 more. Up, up, hold. Now from the top, you're gonna walk your heels out, out, in. Squeeze your glutes and the back of your legs. Try to hold in your low abdominals as much as you can, and your hips are not very high from the mat. Switch left leg first, left and left. Walk it out and in. Are you breathing? Melt your shoulders down. 3 more this side. It's out and in. The back of the legs are burning. I could feel the shapes of them changing. Walk it out and hold. From there, lift and lift. For my grand finale, I'm going to extend my fingertips to the ceiling. Anchor the shoulders back down. Tighten my lower abs and my deep transverse abdominis every time I lift. And in order to tighten the transverse abdominis, just exhale and think of pulling the belly button onto the spine. Double time. Tuck, 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 tuck. For 8, 7, your last 4 counts. You're doing amazing. 4, last 3, and 2, you're done. Release. From here, hug the knees into the chest. You can definitely open them to create space. And then we're going to stretch one hamstring at a time. Point and flex your foot. And then take the leg slightly inside your midline, and then slightly outside. Switching to your left leg. If the calf is not accessible, go ahead and latch onto your hamstring instead. Point and flex. So working out during pregnancy is recommended. It's totally normal. I know there's a lot of contraindications, things that we're not supposed to do. You are the expert on your own body, and just know that our ancestors who had babies as well used to walk up to 12 miles a day, right? That's no joke. So I think we can hang in there for a 20-minute workout. Start at your level, see how far you can get, and be so proud of your amazing, beautiful, life-giving body. Have a great day, and I hope to see you soon with another workout.